Ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker's teaser trailer just around 3 months ago over at Star Wars Celebration, it left a lot of fans very excited and eager to see the next set of footage by director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So what's really exciting about this film is that we do know that this movie really is going to be the end of the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself, and that J.J. Abrams really is trying to make this the best of the sequel trilogy, and that is something to look forward to. The fact that J.J. is trying to make this the best of the sequel trilogy really does speak volumes by not only himself, but also Chris Terrio and George Lucas as a creator who is indeed involved with this film. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie, and when it all comes down to various plans by Disney, Lucasfilm, J.J. Abrams, and crew, this is where things begin to get a little intriguing and somewhat, I guess you could say, concerning, involving Episode 9's upcoming trailer 2 of Episode 9. So, what's really interesting about all of this is that it's described that Disney and Lucasfilm are restructuring their upcoming second trailer that is set to release over at D23 this August, where they are said to be using less footage of Luke Skywalker in the form of flashbacks for the upcoming trailer, and will be saving some of that footage for the final full trailer that is set to debut this fall. Additionally, it's described that Disney and Lucasfilm are going to be using less footage of the legacy characters for the second trailer with their new approach to the next set of footage that is being prepared and shifted around to build the hype for the third trailer, which is currently being planned for a release in October. The second trailer planned for D23 in August is said to have far less visuals of Luke, Leia, and Lando, where they will be focusing more so by only teasing those characters with specific shots by use of dialogue, etc. Now, they are aiming to complete the trailer as soon as the end of July for its August 24th release date. Originally, it's described that there were going to be multiple visuals of the new villain in the upcoming trailer that is now said to be reduced down to a simple tease. It's unclear if these changes would result in another delay, however, that's said to be unlikely. So, what does this tell us by Disney and Lucasfilm? Well, it tells us that they're not quite sure exactly how they should market this movie. Now, we do know that they went through a similar kind of pattern with the first teaser trailer. You guys may recall that they had a lot of plans to release it at Christmas time of December of 2018. That never worked out. Then they wanted to release it during the Super Bowl of 2019 back in February of this year. That didn't work out, and that's when they just said, let's just bite the bullet and save it all the way to Star Wars Celebration, which honestly ended up being pretty good. I gotta say, holding it off really built up the hype, and the trailer itself was cut and edited very well. And now it seems like we're going through a similar experience now. Originally, it was supposed to debut over at San Diego Comic-Con in July, specifically on July 19th. That was eventually shifted all the way over to D23 on August 24th. But now that they are restructuring the marketing strategy of the upcoming trailer, it does tell us a lot. It tells us that Disney and Lucasfilm aren't quite sure exactly what they should market for the second set of footage of Episode 9, if they should focus more so on the legacy characters or more so on the sequel trilogy characters for the final installment of the sequel trilogy. Now, one thing I will say is this. I think that the legacy characters are very important characters. You know, looking at Luke, Leia, and Lando, you should market them to your best amount. You know, I think that you really should. You know, Disney and Lucasfilm should insert as much footage as possible of Lando, Luke, and Leia, even though they are going to be mostly in the forms of flashbacks, at least as far as Luke Skywalker goes. But Lando and Leia, they really could use more footage of that in the upcoming trailer. But the fact that they are shifting everything around and really making a lot of changes to the second trailer of Episode 9, which, by the way, is now said to be a mixture of a BTS and a regular trailer, and they're going to change a little bit of that around. I don't know, guys. I will say that it sounds somewhat similar to what happened with the first teaser trailer over at Star Wars Celebration around 3 months ago, where there were a lot of changes that were made and a lot of different, shifts and adjustments here and there. But in this scenario, they want to focus less on the sequel trilogy characters, or should I say the legacy characters, like Luke, Leia, and Lando, and focus more on the sequel ones. So I think that though, yes, Kylo Ren and Rey are the focus of these movies, at the same exact time, I feel like to really recapture, the original Star Wars fans, you really do need to market Luke, Leia, and Lando a lot more. You know, so far in the teaser, we really only got a glimpse of Leia and a glimpse of Lando and no sign of Luke Skywalker other than that Vanity Fair image. And that was basically it for that. So with that being said, you know, the upcoming trailer, I will say I'm very excited regardless, but the fact that they are going through a lot of changes and they are shifting things around to pretty much focus less on the legacy characters that a lot of fans like myself, you know, have loved for decades. You know, it's been around for a very long time, you know, these Star Wars movies. So I think that the fact that they are saving a lot of that for the third and final trailer really is going to be a very interesting thing, and most likely, you know, they will be doing that in a very unique way than we've ever seen before. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.